What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint, where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's our lives. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life wherever you are. You say, oh, every time you say enjoy your life, how do you mean? Consider those people that were kidnapped today, those people that were killed today, those people that involved in accident. Some of them are rich, some of them are poor. But whatever that was worrying them, where are they with that worries again? Do you know one of the things that wears people down? Worry. Unless you are not an adult or you are not a family man or maybe you have not faced some challenges like something happened, not the time you actually expected it to happen. That's when you understand what it means to worry. You see some people that are quiet, but you don't know they are deeply worried and it's eating them up. And sometimes they try to eat anyhow to let it go, or they try to smoke something or do something. I encourage you, whatever you think that will help you to get out of that worry, do it. But the best advice I will give to you is speaking to yourself. Talk to yourself. The reason why I learned it mainly is like when I was a Christian, right? When you read the story of Lot and her daughters, and his daughters, sorry, you see what happened, right? Her daughters concluded, they said there's no man anywhere in this world, which is a lie. But they concluded, maybe because they saw that where they were coming from, this area of Sodom and Gomorrah, fire of God has destroyed that place. But they were not the only one in existence in the whole world. They can still migrate to somewhere else and meet men. But because they spoke to themselves wrongly, you see, whatever you do is as a result of what you yourself concluded. Even if somebody suggested it to you or for you, you make that final decision. So you are responsible for whatever action or decision you take. So they said, there's no man in this world. Let us sleep with our father. Although majority of you will be against a daughter sleeping with her father. But God bless the daughters of Saul with children. God did not say anything against the daughters of Saul. I mean, Lot. God never condemned the decision that the daughters of Lot took to sleep with their father to preserve a generation. Do you see what white people are doing? White people can do anything to preserve their generation. Have you noticed that white people are not trying to defend spirituality and religion? They are not defending spirituality and religion. The people defending spirituality and religion are poor people, Africans. They are the one defending spirituality and religion. White people are defending their own power. That supremacy they claim. They don't care. They can wipe out the whole people just for that. And that's why they invented war. They invented war, invented weapon of mass destruction to destroy other people. There is no reason for anyone to invade and enslave other people. There's no reason for that. But that's how they invented God and the war, to justify their banditry. They invade other people, steal from them, kill them, and destroy whatever those people have built for themselves. Read it yourself. Even in Deuteronomy chapter 6 and 7, it will show you. They occupy the land belonging to other people. They have built the land already. Cities, like God, they have built everything. Houses full of good things. He said, God sent them to kill those people and take them. And today, you believe that's evil. And you are worshiping the God that sent them to do that. Yes, you will turn around telling me, if you stay, you will not go to heaven. You don't know what you're talking. White people are thieves. They are not against stealing. They're only against stealing when it is another people doing it. The same way you see them, they are against killing when other people are doing it. But when they do it, they must tell you something. They tell you those people we are worshiping whatever. Let's go with this series of Bible study we started, and we are today studying Genesis chapter 46. So welcome to Bible study. You can invite your friends or share it with them. You can, you know, copy the link and share it to them. Let them listen and air their view. Remember, I will not hate you for not believing what I'm saying or for not listening. I will never tell you bad thing will happen to you because I'm not a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person. I am just nature. And we are here together to live, explore, and enjoy this life. Why all this quarrel? Why all this hate? Why all this war? We can live together without marriage. We can live together without slavery. We can live together without misogyny. We can live together without any evil. God is the evil and the cause of it. You cannot cause to happen what you don't have. That's why God causes evil. It is there in their book. Genesis chapter 46, verse 1. So Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. Jacob, Israel, offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. Let me tell you, there's no reason for sacrifice. If not for war, if it's not for God, evil God, nobody will need to sacrifice anything. That's why you see they went and invade other people, kidnapping them and making them to offer sacrifices. Africans were not offering any sacrifice to any god before the foreign invader. The first people to invade Africa were the Asians, followed by the Arabs, and the last one were the Europeans. Africa never invaded and enslaved any of these people. And that's why today they are the one waxing strong, while Africans are getting weaker. Because we are holding dearly the institutions they established in our lands. How long are we going to continue trying to fulfill the book that our slave masters wrote and gave to us and telling us is the basic instruction to live your life before you leave this earth, when you will not leave this earth? Africans never taught anybody's leaving this earth. We never preach anybody's leaving this earth. In fact, when they don't even get the whole truth about it, they tell you that we reincarnate. We rebirth. It's not a spiritual thing, it's a natural thing. Spirit cannot give birth. Creature cannot give birth. Nature gives birth. And the nature can make anything to give birth, because what you have is what you can give. Understand that? If Jacob offered sacrifice to the God of his father Isaac, who you African Christians, you African Muslims, you African spiritualists, you African Jews, whose God are you offering your sacrifices today? Where is the God of your own father? I didn't say the God of your ancestors. I didn't say the God of your forefathers. I said the God of your direct father. That father that gave birth to you today. You believe, although it's your mother that gave birth to you, not your father. But you believe your father, just as Jacob believed Isaac his father. Jacob offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. He did not say Abraham, who was his grandfather, the direct father. Because Jacob did not meet Abraham, I think so. Just like some of us, we did not meet our grandfather. We did not meet our great-grandfather. Some people do. Nothing wrong. You don't have to meet them, because you are one of them. You are continued. There is no. That's why you don't need to sacrifice to them. You don't need to worship them. You don't need to honor them. All that bullshit you are doing, saying you are paying homage for what? In nature, there's no need for sacrifice. In nature, there's no need for homage. In nature, there's no need for prayer. In nature, there's no need for all these sacrifices you people are doing. But if you must sacrifice as an African, sacrifice to the God of your own father, not the God of any other person, not the God of any other people, but the God of your own direct father. You won't do that. But yeah, I will do the same thing that Jacob did. He sacrificed to the God of his father Isaac. So Isaac is my father by faith. I sacrificed to him through Jesus Christ. Mm-mm. How how are you sacrificing to a strange God, to God of other people, and expect it to work for you? It will never. See Africans now. See Africans everywhere today. See black people everywhere today, because they are not. I mean, because they are sacrificing to the God of their oppressors, not the God of their ancestors, not the God of their fathers, but the God of their oppressors. That's why they tell them to fear that God. And that fear of God is what they consider to be wisdom. You must be a stupid person to think there is wisdom with fear, or there is wisdom in fear. There's no wisdom in fear. There's no wisdom with fear. Verse 2. Then God spoke to Israel in the visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. This God cannot speak to you with your eyes wide open. Why God always use vision, use dream, use revelation? Because they want you to think that what the voice you are hearing in your head is from God, you believe in. And that's why you see Christians and Muslims and Jews, they don't want to say anything negative about that God, anything bad about that God. No, 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 no. It is the God I worship. This is the God that speaks to me. I hear his voice. I hear his voice. But where is the voice of that you are God before you have that problem, or why you are facing that problem, or when you go to court? Somebody take you to court or take you to police station. Why can't God speak to you in the presence of them all? Then they hear God talking to you, and you hear God in your head, and you tell them this is what God said. Let us see how they will release you that day. You will end up either in psychiatric home or in prison. That's the only two options you have. If you talk like that before any judge, any wise judge, unless you talk before a spiritual or religious judge. But if you talk with any judge that uses common sense, they will send you for evaluation to psychiatric hospital or send you back to prison. A God that speaks to you only in visions of the night or in dreams or trance, or when you don't need it, that God is a figment of your imagination. The voice of God you hear is the voice in your head. It means you are schizophrenic. You are mentally ill. You are hearing voices. The same way when you lay maybe on the left or right side of your ear, you begin to hear some horn or whistle or sound. That's the same way it is. Immediately you switch into that, I believe in God. Especially that's why you close your eyes. You begin to imagine things, begin to imagine voices, begin to imagine images. But in reality, when you are hungry, that voice doesn't speak to you. It doesn't direct you what to do to feed yourself. How can you say there is God speaking to you and you are suffering in this world? It's like saying you have GPS taking you to your destination, yet you get lost. And the GPS couldn't tell you how to get out from that. Somebody else have to come and show you the way. Throw away that GPS. It is time for you to test your God. Even if you hear the voice of God in your head, you have to ask that God to show up, to prove that, yeah, let him speak to you, even in the presence of people. When you go to native doctor, don't you see? They begin to speak to me, speak to me. Okay, God say, and when some pastors do that, the same thing. They will tell you, oh, when we are praying, God say, but you know it's a lie. They are just making you, since you submitted yourself to them, seeing them as spiritual anything, they take advantage of you. Whatever they tell you is the word of God, is the voice of God. And if you don't do it, you find yourself in trouble. That thing will begin to torment you. Remember, God said that you didn't do that. Some of you, because you have what it takes, okay, let me just do it. But how about people that don't have it? Some of them go to steal. Some of them go to borrow. to obey the voice of God. Some of them didn't succeed because they killed them or they arrested them. But they won't tell you why, because they still fear God. Ask every religious people, none of them have seen the God they're talking about. It's only in their dreams, in their revelations, in their visions that they see this God or hear his voice. And if you bring two of them together, praying to the same God, they will come with different definition of that God, with different things, telling you God, tell them up. Separate them in different rooms. Huh? Tell them what God say about this thing. The same God, though, they will tell you different things. To show you there's no God talking. We are just living in fear. Look at what is happening around you today. Don't you see how they have been killing people before you were born? And it's still going on, getting worse. Where is this God? You want me to fear this God? I know the only thing that can happen to me is people doing it to me. No God can do anything to me. Whether they use charm, whether you use anything, it must be people doing it. No God takes that glory, especially where I'm concerned. If you tell me what happened, I will tell you how it's done. Even if you don't know, you can Google how things are done. And Savior, stop believing blindly. Stop believing all these pastors, all these native doctors. Stop believing them blind. And another thing, somebody say it, and I want to spread it. Why there is nobody going to native doctors or pastors to find out why they are succeeding in business? No, they didn't go to inquire that. All they say is God that making me succeed. When they don't succeed, they go, please, I want to do consultation. I've been doing business. So. If I do this one, it's God. If I park into that yard, everybody's making it, I'm not making it. Or nobody's making it in that yard. What will I do? I want to. My dear, it is not your fault. It is not that you are not making it. When you see in a market of 1,000 people and few people are making it there, it's because there's trucks on deal that work for them, or government is so they win contract or something like that. They did something to have it, not because they are smarter than you, not because they hustle more than you. And most of them you hustle more than them, but they get connection, you don't. Yes, you don't know that. Some of people you think are doing better than you in your place of business. It is their brethren who are in abroad that is sending the money. They are not making any profit there. That's why they can remove money to sell anyhow, because their brother will send dollars, their sister will send pounds. You think that you are doing the same thing. And for the fact you know you are struggling, I want to ask you, do you have children? If you have children while you are struggling, you're supposed to go to be locked up in jail. If I have power, anybody that gives birth to a child or children in poverty must be locked up. It's enough. I suffered it. Why should I continue that? Producing children to suffer the same thing I suffered. When I know you can build today, tomorrow they will destroy it. Then why am I building? Read the book of Jeremiah, you see how the family of Rechabiah. Even Jeremiah said to them, God commanded you to drink. They say, no, we are not drinking. Our Father, tell us. Because of what is happening, wars everywhere. He said, never you build house. Live in the tent. Live in the tent. So that if war come, you just, that's how life's supposed to be. In this life, in this white people system you are in, no matter how you build as black people anywhere, they can destroy it anytime because it is in their DNA to do that to you. You are nature. They are warring against nature. Nature cannot war against nature. God spoke to him, Israel, and I said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, here I am. And he said, I am God, the God of your father. Do not fear to go down to Egypt, for I will make of you a great nation there. It's a lie. Abraham went down to Egypt. The Egyptians made him rich. Isaac went down to Egypt. The Egyptians made him rich. And Jacob now is going back to Egypt, where already they have already made him rich even before him coming to Egypt. Pharaoh sent those carts, loaded truck, loaded vehicle to just go bring him. And he said when they come, he will give them the best of the land. And now you're telling me, a guy say, Charlie, I will bring you up again. I will do. I will surely bring you up again. And Jacob will put his hand on your eyes. Bullshit. I will make you a great nation there. You will make somebody a great nation inside another person. It's impossible. And that is what we are still suffering today. You see why people are occupying some places in Africa claiming it is their land now. God keep making the nation among other people's nation, taking other people's land. That's how they took the Middle East from Africans and call it the Middle East today. God is the white man. Then Jacob arose from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried their father Jacob, their little ones, and their wives in the carts which Pharaoh had sent to carry him, not God. It is Pharaoh that sent it, not God. So they took their livestock and their goods, which they had acquired in the land of Canaan, and went to Egypt, Jacob and all his descendants with him. His sons and his sons' sons, his daughters and his sons' daughters. You see another mistake they made here. Jacob only had one daughter. They keep repeating daughters. His daughters. It's supposed to be his daughter. That is error in the Bible. This is the second time now we are reading it. After he said that Joseph is dead, they say his sons and his daughters came and comforted him, but he refused to receive the comfort. Now they're saying it again. They are taking him to Egypt. He said his sons and his sons' sons, his daughters and his sons' daughters. How many daughters do Jacob have? Jacob, according to Bible, had only one daughter, not daughters. That's another error in the Bible. But when they see it, they say you're taking it out of context. You don't understand it. You need the Spirit of God to understand that. When somebody, I have a daughter, so I'm like Jacob, I only have a daughter. Can you say my daughters came to me or I'm talking to my daughters? It's wrong. No, there's no concept that we make it right. Somebody have a daughter. You say that person have daughters. So when people find out, they say you don't understand it. No, I don't mean, I mean spiritual. No. When you are wrong, admit you are wrong. Nobody will kill you for that. Even if they kill you, they also will die. So understand that. So, and all his descendants he brought with him to Egypt. Verse 8. Now, these were the names of the children of Israel, Jacob and his sons, who went to Egypt. Reuben was the firstborn. The son of Reuben were Hanok, and the sons of Simeon, the sons of Levi, the sons of Judah, the sons of they even write that children that Judah got through incest when he slept with his daughter-in-law. The sons of Judah were Er, Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah. But Er and Onan died in the land of Canaan. No, God killed them. On TikTok, even a white guy be like, no, God don't kill anybody. It is, so somebody made a post, either I think on TikTok or Facebook. He said, show me a verse in the Bible where God kill somebody. I just went here. I went to remember, I think it's in chapter 37 or 38, where it actually happened. God killed the first son, killed the second son. Even if you don't believe God is a killer, who caused the Noah's flood in the Bible? God, not any other person. God did not use Noah to do that one. He did it directly. He drowned both children and adults, all of them infants, even pregnant women. God drowned every of them. He commanded Saul to go and wipe out the whole people. Don't leave anything breathing there. Saul's person. He rejected Saul for that. And you want me to continue worshiping that God? I was once a preacher of that God. I was once a worshiper of that God. I used to sacrifice my life, my time, my resources to that God. Today, he cannot refund me anything. You know why? Because that God does not exist. Had it been God exist, he would have refunded me some money I gave as tithe and offering or donation or seed. Even sometimes, I use money people give me to give to somebody to sow that seed. That when I get there, I will raise money somehow again to pay back. Just I want to get Blessings of God. Mm. The sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamu, the sons of Issachar, the sons of Zebulun. These were the sons of Leah, whom she bore to Jacob in Padan Aram with his daughter Dinah. You see, or Dinah. It's only one. Dinah, 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 Dinah. All the persons, his sons and his daughters, were 33. The sons of Gad, the sons of Asher, the sons of um, the sons and the sons of Beriah were Heber and Machir. These were the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah, his daughter, and this she bore to Jacob, 16 persons. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, were Joseph and Benjamin. And to Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bore to him. The sons of Benjamin were Bela, Becca, Ashbel, Gera, Naaman, Ehi, Rosh, Muffin, Hupin, and Ard. These were the sons of Rachel, who were born to Jacob, 14 persons in all. And the son of Dan was Hushin, the son of Naphtali. And these were the sons of Biha, whom Laban gave to Rachel, his daughter. And she bore this to Jacob, 7 persons in all. All the persons who went with Jacob to Egypt, who came from his body, besides Jacob's sons' wives, were 66 persons in all. And the sons of Joseph, who were born to him in Egypt, were 2 persons. All the persons of the house of Jacob who went to Egypt were 70. So 66, am I right? So 66 persons. And the sons of Jacob, Joseph, 66. So then Jacob and his wife, how many still alive? Anyway, remember the 70-year famine, right? Jacob settles in Goshen. Then he sent Judah before him to Joseph to point out before him the way to Goshen. And they came to the land of Goshen. They did not stay in the land of Canaan, believing God, praying, oh God will provide for. No, they see there's no food in Canaan and they have better option to go down to Egypt. They have to go. Then they moved to Goshen. So Joseph made ready his chariot and went up to Goshen to meet his father Israel. And he presented himself to him and fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said to Joseph, now let me die, since I have seen your face, because you are still alive. You are not dead, as I believed, by fake evidence. Just as believing in fake Jesus make you think you are dead. I am dead to the world. And you are stupid. You are not dead. You are not dead. Stop having zeal without knowledge. Then Jacob said to his brothers and to his father's household, I will go up and tell Pharaoh and say to him, my brothers and those of my father's house, whom were in the land of Canaan, have come to me. And the men are shepherds, for their occupation has been to feed livestock. And they have brought their flocks, their herds, and all that they have. Let me ask you, remember Jacob was living somewhere with these people before they left for Goshen. What of that land they left? I also saw a post when somebody say, when the people in that Middle East today were telling to people that are claiming to be Jews, the white people that are claiming to be Jews, he said they don't accept them because they left black and come back white. And that's what actually happened. Although they're not the one that went out, the one that left were real black people. They killed and they run away. That's why we scattered everywhere, especially in the West Africa today. Our original land was Middle East, you see today. West Africa was our backyard. It's our land too, but we weren't living there then. Where we started civilization that spread all over the world was in the place they call Middle East today. That's where the real Kemet was before this Egypt you see today. Egypt is the last born. So the black people left, white people occupy that land today, claiming to be owners of that land. Jordan, Saudi Arabia, all of them see their color now. We tell you they are not Africans. But how they did it, they kill out African men, impregnated our women to produce the way they are today. Because that's how they occupy the land, they take it. It's our land. Because you don't know it is women. The bloodline come through women, not through men. But they gave you that one because they use it to deceive you. You believing in patriarchy. Why it is women that are giving birth to you? But they tell you came from a woman come from a man's rib. Then if a man get a woman pregnant, that child belongs to the man. That's why they brought marriage. They brought a bride price. But they are liars. They are evil people. What they tell you to practice is what keep you under them. You are following their system. When I see how people are running around, like where they say that all these bandits are coming in the today. Yesterday I was seeing what they, or today or yesterday they were showing what happened in the Plateau State. You see people carrying their luggages running away from their town. I say, see, pregnant women are there, little children are there. See them dragging. I say, what if they didn't reach their destination before they get tired? What will happen to them? Those bandits will still meet them there and still take them or kill them. But when they were giving birth to those children, they're going to church, going to mosque, saying that Mazin Nandekano was warning them. These people are coming in. It's a lie. It's a bandit. Put him in jail. Sentence him to prison. Life imprisonment. Stay there. It is happening today. And such thing happening today should make you who is childless to be happier. If you are childless in Africa, you're supposed to be happier. And that's why I used to tell my woman in those days, tell her, you don't have your own child. Why do you pity people that have their own child, are trying to help to train their own children? You're giving them money to take care of their children. You're not supposed to do so because these people will still turn around to mock you, calling you a barren woman. Why you are not a barren woman? Only you don't have a child. No woman is barren. Barren is a religious nonsense. Every tree must not produce the fruit you like or anytime you want. Some trees don't bear fruit. They are still trees. They are still doing what they're supposed to do. Giving you oxygen, giving you shelter, giving you many things. Think, my people, think. That land that Jacob left now, he's in it. Who occupied that land? You saying you are buying land. Since I came to America, I never planned buying lands back home. I never. And this is one of the reasons. If anything, maybe you die now. That land you bought, all of them gone. So the main thing is taking great care of yourself now. Feed yourself well. Do what you want to do. Go where you want to go. It may be your last in this form. But enjoy it. That's why I always encourage you to enjoy yourself. So it shall be, when Pharaoh calls you and say, what is your occupation? That you shall say, your servant's occupation has been with livestock from our youth even till now, both we and also our fathers, that you may dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination to the Egyptians. Africans, listen to this. Every shepherd, hey, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You are living against your ancestors. These were your ancestors, the ancient Egyptians, not the current Egyptians. There's a difference between Egyptians and the ancient Egyptians. The Egyptians you see today are not the one they tell you in the Bible. That's why they tell you the real ancient Egyptians. He said, you shall see them no more. Those ancient Egyptians, they killed them. And some of them scattered. That's where we find ourselves in West Africa. But he said that every shepherd, every god, every idol is an abomination to the Egyptians. And Joseph, why are you telling them to tell you? The Egyptians already remember when Jacob, came to make himself known to them. He said that the Egyptians did not eat with the children of Jacob. Why? Because they were shepherds. So it's an abomination for Egyptians to eat with shepherds. It's an abomination for Egyptians to eat with the people of Israel because the people of Israel are unclean to the Egyptians. The people of Israel are selling animals. The Egyptians were not selling them. They were worshiping them. They were acknowledging them for what they are. They say, man, you guys are lifesavers, man. If I'm hungry, you can feed me. But this one, you open your mouth and say, the Lord is my shepherd. That's because it's written. How can God be your shepherd unless you are a sheep? You concluded, you believe you are a sheep. You are behaving like sheep. Our Father, teach us in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Allah, stupid. Stupid. Because they invaded and conquered us. Forced those religions on us. You are using it against your own. Now people think about it. Whatever is that you think you are getting now achieving, when famine comes, you will lose all of them. And you know that when it's your time for long sleep, in whichever way it comes, nothing will stop it. But before it comes, or before it happens, enjoy your very great save greatly. Gordon.